News 46 is brought to you in part by...
Are you connected to Channel 41? Do you have a friend that wants to watch Channel 41? Call Rod's TV. Rod will get you connected today. Rod has 30 years in the television installation and repair business. Rod also repairs LCD displays, solid state, plasma, and tubes. Rod's TV has been in Pahrump for 13 years. Call Rod's TV at 727-9395. Call Rod for details on getting Channel 41 and Channel 46 digital.
If I may, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Mr.
I have listened to the public comment, and obviously, by an overwhelming result, the public's not impressed with Mr. Kohlbarger's performance. I still stand by the fact that the previous board collectively allowed this man to do his job in the manner that he did it. I have owned businesses. I've had people work for me, and I've worked really hard. I've had people work for me that didn't do the job right when I got done when they did. I believe that this board would at least like an opportunity to try and manage the town manager's office in the manner that the public wants. I believe we have an obligation to try that, and I believe that we should ethically and morally try that. And so I'd like to change my motion, if I may, because I've listened to the town board and I've listened to the people, and I try really hard to be a fair person. And I believe what's fair is this: to extend the contract for 3 months, including the trigger date by 3 months. Mr. Kohlbarger would have 10 days to respond to accept these terms. If he does not want to accept these terms, then he would consider this notice that we're not going to renew his contract. What I'm saying is what I mean. I want an opportunity. I can't speak for these other people, but I want an opportunity to seek to address the challenge that I've heard you people talk tonight, and I want to at least try. And I hope you'll support me in that. Thank you. I wanted to change my motion to 3 months, and as I read. So.
You have no second.
Did you have a second to the original motion?
Yes, Vicki seconded the original motion.
Yeah, we have original motion for 6 months.
Well,
I'm asking, I'm withdrawing my motion, and so I'm asking you to withdraw your second, and then I'm making a motion to extend the contract, offer to extend the contract for 3 months, including the trigger date by 3 months. And Mr. Kohlbarger has 10 days to decide if he wants to accept the 3-month extension. And if he doesn't want to accept the extension, he has 10 days to decide. Then he would consider this notice that his contract is not going to be renewed. And I'm saying that my intention is that this board should have an opportunity to change the image of the town manager's office and make it what you people want. And I'm asking you to support this, that we have a chance to do what we need to do. We can't be responsible for what the last town board collectively allowed to happen, but we should be able to have an opportunity to try to change things in a manner that the public accepts and is happy with. I just think that's the right thing to do. I'm not the kind of person that, I said when I ran for office that I was prepared to go to work. I've been involved. I said that I'm not going to do just what the audience wants. I always said that I believe my job is to do what was in the best interest of the public. And if I'm correct, down the road you'll thank me. How many of you would come up here and tell me that you wouldn't be thankful if this board was able to get this town manager's office to respond the way you want and things to change? Now, how many of you wouldn't want to see that happen? I mean, let's at least give it a chance. This is a new board. I've been listening to this board talk tonight, and I don't see any patterns going. Everybody's an individual here making up their minds. Give us a chance to try to turn things around, please. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, can I ask if Mr. Kulkin would consider an amendment to that motion to add an evaluation during that time period, an objective evaluation, a 360 evaluation that Mr. Darby mentioned?
Certainly.
Is there still opportunity for didn't you change the motion?
With the amendment, I'll second that, and then we can have discussion.
I thought we did discussion.
Oh, okay, on the other motion, but
Mr. Chair, if I may, just a clarification on the motion. I heard a few things there. We wanted, was a motion to extend the period or authorize the town attorney to enter into negotiate to extend the period by a period of 3 months. Is that what I heard?
That's correct, and the trigger date.
Okay. Also, to require that, to attempt to negotiate that Mr. Kohlbarger responds within 10 days of what date?
10 days starting tomorrow.
Okay, so either to accept or reject
Yes.
the
And
3-month extension within 10 days?
yes, and by rejecting, then he would consider that notice that his contract's not going to be renewed.
Okay, and then by rejecting the offered extension of 3 months, you're then having that be a notice that his contract will not be renewed?
That's correct.
Okay, so we're now changing which in effect changes the 120-day notice that's already in the existing contract.
He's moving it 3 months.
Well, he has
Well, he's
to,
moving it back 3 months, and then by not accepting the negotiated contract, you're putting him on notice that right then and there, you're not going to intend to renew his contract, which would be before
You're right.
the trigger date of February, which is in the contract now. So we're doing a lot of
Can't do that.
things here with the contract that I would prefer. I don't have any
well, as
issues.
you said, we have time. Okay, then we can strike the part of, he can consider that we're not going to renew his contract, because he would have 10 days to, 10 days to let us know if he wants to accept the extension or not. Then that gives us time as a board to react to that.
Okay, well, since you're requesting the town attorney to negotiate an extension of 3 months, I would prefer you just leave it at that. Let us go and contact Mr. Kohlberger, begin the negotiations, bring it back to the board if we can in fact agree to get the extension for 3 months. And leave all the other provisions in place that if in fact he doesn't agree, then we have to address the trigger date of 120 days before the current extension, which is in February.
Well, that's why I'm asking for an answer within 10 days, so we have time to address that issue.
You want to make that a condition of the negotiation? I'm just not sure what happens if he doesn't respond within 10 days.
Well, if he doesn't respond in 10 days, then that means he doesn't accept the offer of the 90-day extension, and then this board will readdress the issue of what we're going to do then.
Okay, so you're making an offer to extend the contract by 3 months, giving him 10 days within which to accept the offer?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm going to withdraw the next motion, so I'm going to, let's clarify. The motions, we're just going to make it this simple, because everything else we can address at a later date. We're going to ask the town manager, the town attorney to enter in negotiations with Mr. Kohlbarger to extend his contract for 90 days. That would also extend the trigger date for 90 days. And it's that simple.
Do I have a second? Seeing no second, motion dies. All right, moving on to item 17.